Cruising along, singing no songs. What is that? Oh, big drop off. Today we're driving in someone's paddock. Well, someone I know who it is. But at the moment we're driving along the creek, looking for bottle dumps, suspected rubbish dumps. Because there used to be our old house site not far from here. Thank you, windscreen wipers. It used to be an old house site not far from here. Someone's been doing a lot of shooting, a lot of bullet shells along here. But I'm just looking for any potential sign of rubbish dumping attached to that house site. I'm not seeing it. Got some steel droppers there, some wire. That's not enough. And in front of me here's this big built up embankment. I wonder if I cleared some grass away, would I see bottles or rubbish being dumped there? But generally, you'd see scatter on the surface as well. And I'm not seeing it, man. So what we're going to do, today's mission, is to check out this old house site. What we suspect might be an old house site. Can't really confirm, to be honest. But we're going to try doing that with the metal detectors, because they always paint that picture, don't they? Start finding coins, relics, well, you can say occupation. We're just going to try and prove that today. So years ago I was here with my father and my brother. I think even the boys were with me. But there was an old, run of trees, run of pines, two in fact. Two runs of trees that sort of ran each side of that shed. And around about here somewhere, yeah, look, we're pretty much on top of it. Let's jump out here. Around about here somewhere, it was where we cut down all those trees and, well, we burned them all off. And we cleared up this whole area. We had excavators and, look, just a heap of machinery in here. Bingo. So, look, what we're going to try and touch on, occupation of an old house site here today with the metal detector, because I never ever properly gave it a go. A few bricks scatter, what have you, but I never properly gave it a go. So what could be here, who knows? It's a perfect opportunity to give it a go, because look at the state of the land. It's just been cropped and what have you. So it's a perfect, great opportunity to just have a scout around today. It's extremely cold though. Ooh, I have to grab a bigger jacket out of the car, I think. We're just going to have a look around though, and this is where we, as I said, burnt all the stuff off, and well, this is where the house site should have once upon a time sat. And there's more glass I'm seeing, just plucking it out. We're going to go have a look over in these sheds too. Not in them, just near them, because the house site should have come up to around near the sheds here. So if anything's on the surface, oh wow, it's cold. Brick, bit of rubble, another brick, no glass. Glass there now, actually. There's a tiny bit of glass. You can actually see stuff around the shed here. And a bit more remnants that have been thrown off to the side out of the paddock. Wow, I'm cold. Let's get on the detector. There's a bit more glass. It's just starting to rain too. Let's get on the detector though. Let's give it a go. A very interesting site, and a huge site, a very cold site. Ooh, I'm shaking. Let's make a start though, and well, let's see what we can find. Right, well, we've made a really good start on the detector. I haven't shown anything, I'm sorry. I've just been having a bit of fun. I'm going to show you what's just taken place. So we've been humming around back and forth. I can't show you what I'm standing near or on. We've been humming around back and forth over this cropped area. And remember I said there was a heap of trees that were removed, pine trees? Well, there's part of the old branch of one of them. And I was sort of coming around in this really glassy, trashy area. I just dug a little lead weight, which is really cool. Sorry, a little lead button. I thought it was a dress hem weight, but it's not. It's a button. And I can't get him out of the pouch at the moment. And also spotted this little bottle hiding off in the dirt. Super cool. I'm going to grab that pouch off actually, because I've got something else cool in there to show. So there's a little button, and as I rubbed him back I could see the two little holes. So he may have been a little hem weight for the dress and sewing him in. And I've seen that bottle there, as I said, walked another few paces, actually walked around for probably another 10 minutes, sort of walked back to this spot, and bingo, spotted this guy on the surface, and then I got really excited. That's an old one too, really old. He's got a nice, or not nice, he's got a nasty crack through there, no doubt from the plough. And what you'll notice about this bottle is the purple colouring straight away. He's been sitting up on the surface there somewhat over the years, and basically reacting to the UV sunlight. And the reason why it's gone purple is because of a chemical they put on the bottle back in the day called manganese. We've shot videos and explained all about that before. The manganese in the bottles, and it reacts to the UV sunlight, turning it purple. It's a chemical reaction. It's not quite understood or known about properly. So I'm trying to get this bottle intact again. He would have been like that too. Another nice old bottle. So they are really cool. We haven't found a coin. We did find a fob watch, which I'll show you later. Not much to show of it. But I was sort of walking around here thinking, oh, bottles, bottles, bottles. Maybe marbles. It's got a lot of glass scatter built up around here. And I'm detecting away, looking away, and I look over to the right hand side and you see what I spot? And it wasn't looking like that. He was literally, geez, how exciting. He was literally like, oh, maybe not that bad. It was about that. And I sort of said a few choice words. I went, get beep. No way. And I ran over here and I went like this thinking, look, there's no way that's going to be intact. Bingo. Bingo. It surely is. Not only is it intact, it's got not a chip or a crack on it. And it looks like it does at the top there, but it's not. It's just the way it was made. Really crude, pinched top. Someone's fingers there would have pinched that top as it was hot 100 plus years ago and left that impression. Here I am doing the same thing. My fingers fit in there perfectly. So just amazing. The old stoneware, ginger beer, a ginger bottle, stoneware bottle. I'm trying to think what to call it. It's an old ink bottle though, anyway, I know that. And you would have poured the ink out into another little inkwell. Amazing, 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 amazing. And there's another top, showing a few really good bottles out here. I just wish I could, or know where all rest of them were, because that's a great start. But imagine if we could find a few more. And there sort of might be, like I suspected, maybe river dumping over the back there, but who knows, maybe if we just stick a shovel in here a bit, like there's no point probing, it's so stony and what have you, so you're not going to know with a probe. But maybe if we just like stuck the shovel in a bit and move some stuff around, like, see a bit of glass there, we might just unearth another bottle. Get rid of that star dropper too that I found before, because well, we all know how much, oh, I thought I was going to hit the shed. We all know how much I love removing those guys. So we'll just do that, have a bit of a scratch around. Pity I don't have the rake with me. I could do a bit of raking, maybe unearth another bottle or two, but we'll just try with the shovel as we detect. How cool. Well, I didn't expect that one either. It's full of surprises, this paddock it is. That there is an old T-piece. Looks like it off an old bed, I'd say. It's brass, it's silver coated brass. And it's very ornate. It's very cool actually. I was going to bang on the shovel, but we'll do it on the boot because I don't want to damage it at all. Just get that dirt out there though if I can. I rang up like just like Coke can would. And a lot of workers coming out in these areas and doing work on the farms, you know, through tractors and, you know, rustling up sheep, what have you, for spraying and sending them to market, all that sort of stuff. So a lot of different workers, you know, come out over the years and visit and work on these farms, me included. So I just thought maybe a worker had thrown a Coke can out of the tractor, out of the ute, but awesome piece, not to be. And we're behind the shed now, as you can see. It's just got hay in it there, and around the back there is where we found all those bottles. What I'm thinking too is the shed, or has the shed been built over on top here, on top of some of the house site? And I think with that find there, maybe it has. Interesting. As I said, I thought it was going to be a Coke can. Down on the river there too, I just sort of went for a bit of a walk down around there. Like I remember years ago, we drove and accessed this property across the river. There's actually a bridge, a new built bridge. My brother actually built that one. and it comes across the river here, and we parked up here on this landing, I remember, and we did all the work shifting all the trees and burning all the trees with the excavator around the back of the shed there. So I just sort of walked off in that swampy grassy area thinking, was there any more bottle dumping taking place? And I can't see it, cannot see it. So back around here, and the plan is to continue around this shed sort of thing, maybe poking around the grass here, get out in the paddock again once again and wrap my way back around to the car and around behind the shed where the bottles are. See if we can find anything else pretty cool. Steezy easy, there he is. The can that I was just speaking about. It's always a done thing, like you always find it out on the farms. Don't know what this one is, soda, lemonade, maybe a sneaky VB whilst the worker was working. But as I said, you always find them out in the farms. Workers just throw them out of the ute. I think, oh, it's not my farm, I just work here. And I just found this over here too, and it's an old plough blade, which is awesome find, really cool find. I'm just going to throw them off to the side. Like, I've got a heap of these, absolute heap of them, and it's more just probably clearing it out of the paddock more so than anything. Like, there's a lot of other rubbish scar whiff laying around, so we'll just throw them there. It's just looking at these tubing actually. I was thinking, geez, they might work well for the sluice, but they've been sitting in the sun for a fair while. This corrugated one's not too bad. I wonder if they still hold water. This one probably would. What a ripper! Sluice pipes when we need them, and a heap of hay band. The gold game is completely different to the coins relics, isn't it? Like, over the last 12 months being on the gold, I've really had to tell myself, slow right down, creep up on the gold, overlap your signals. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a rusty nail. Got lucky there, we nailed that one. But with the coin relic, I'm searching a huge area today. Like, this is quite a big area. I mean, we're going between the car and further to the left of that, but all around the shed and all around to that swampy grass, and even been down the dip of that hill, not all the way to the river, to the flat of the river there, but even down the dip of the hill. And so I've just sort of been going like this, you know, just walking around, do. Oh, what's that? It's another cool thing. That one's not going in the pouch. A humongous. Oh, nearly. I'll get there. I'll fix it in a second. We nearly got him outside the paddock though, but I've just been walking around like a crazy cat. Oh, look, there's more wire. There's just stuff everywhere, man. But we just got this signal here. Where is he? There. Sounds like there's something else there too. But this is the cleanest one. 86, 87, 88. 89 when you hold it over the target. 88, 89. That could be our first coin. And we haven't found anything, any signals resembling even a coin just yet. Fob watch has probably been the closest. And I just sort of dumped all the rubbish off over there before, because the pouch is getting heavy, and look, it's extremely cold, and I'm walking long distances. Go easy on me. Trying to make it easier on myself. What's that? But hang on, that's rust. I thought we had an 88, 89, 90. That's rust. Let's have one more look. Wind's so cold. Something sus is going on here. A target, rusty target attached to the coin maybe. Let's have a look. Bit of action going on around this little area too. Lots of targets. Is that part of the farmer's torch? Yeah, I reckon it is. Because otherwise, why would it have glass in it? Found similar pieces like this before, and he's got internal thread there, see that? So he would have screwed down, and that would have been the farmer's torch, I reckon. Maybe not a torch, maybe a lantern, because it's brass and it's old, but it's got thread and glass. Very cool. It's not our coin though. Where is it? I don't think we're going to get one today. Just lots of rubbish and some cool little items between. Alright, come to daddy. We got you on this one. Coin, 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 coin. Oh, it's still in the hole. Pinpoint has been erratic. That Not a great dig. Oh, here we go. We're onto the rubbish pit. That's what that tells me. Bottle top. And we're getting a bit of glass around here. Could be the start of the rubbish pit, where all the coins are going to be thrown. Hopefully. Is that Buffy the Vampire Slayer's knife? Is that what it is? Is that a vampire knife? Looks like it, doesn't it? It's not. It's part of a farm implement. It's off a plough, tractor, seeder, driller, tedder, rake. I think it's actually off a seeder. I know it's off a farm implement though. I've seen them. I just can't think where they are. They might be the scissors that cut the tine on the balers. Oh, I can't remember. They sort of side-to-side action with the rest of them. Can't remember. Alright, let's keep going. Cool find. Vampire killer. Oh, I can't get it. Now we've got a cog. Come here. Trying to keep my shovel from falling over and it still fell over. Standing back up. Stay. That is a cog. It's not really a cog wheel. It's like a ratchet cogged wheel. You see these on a lot of time on fence lines, and they'll sort of ratchet back and tighten up the fence. I don't think that's what it's off though. Once again, I think it's off a farming implement. Where it is exactly on that implement, I don't know. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I'm sure if I looked at a few implements there for a little while with this piece in my hand, we'd be able to work out exactly where he went. He's got the axle on each side holding him together fast so he can rotate and turn and angle up, tighten up with that cog-like design. Cool, it's a cog. Oh, now it's over at the shed. Well, we're a fair way away from the car now, and where we were finding those bottles and first targets there this morning. As you can see, car and bottles are still sitting over in the dirt over there, and the shed off to the right hand side, and we're a fair way away from where we just found that the cog and that other implement, farming implement, Buffy the Vampire Slayer's knife. And I didn't even show you, I just threw it in the pouch. We got one of these though, and it's twisted brass wire, and it's got it's sort of twitched at both ends sort of thing, and locked off like that. It's actually sort of like welded together, brass welded, copper welded, don't know what to call it, but it's brass anyway. And I've found these before. I can't exactly tell you where, but I've found a lot of these before at old house sites, and I've never really been able to place what they were used for. Decoration? Were they like in between the bars or something? And was there like multiple ones all the way along? I don't know, but they're a really cool piece and sounded like a coin, not something you'd walk away from. There's still a lot of bricks and glass over here too, which is what's leading me over here. Not just the bricks and glass, but the targets too. Let's give you a listen. Still lots in the ground. And it's quieting off a little bit now. Lots in the ground though. Lots of sketchy, dodgy signals, because they would have burnt off. Geez, he would have been a nice old one. They would have burnt off a lot of their stuff here after the house probably got pulled down. Maybe it got burnt down, who knows. But look, there's a little bit of leather. You got to keep your eyes open so carefully. That is old leather. Once again, what it's off, I don't know. But yeah, just indicators. Like the gold miners used to look for certain things to indicate and put them on gold. Well, the old house sites are no different. You look for those indicators, you can almost ID, oh yeah, old house site, or you can ID the sort of occupation that it might have been. Pub, store, school, house, busy house, poor house, rich house. Did they have a lot of money? Did they have no money? Because some of these houses you go to, there's just coins everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Some house sites I've been to, I've found hundreds of coins. And then other house sites you go to like this, you'll pick up other interesting items, but you often get left wondering, where was all the money? But they simply just, well, it just may not have had it. So, OW or MO. Interesting old glassware here. I'd love to find the source, but I don't think we're gonna. I think it's probably well and truly buried. If not, it was probably picked over, looked over, and taken, taken from back in the 80s and 90s, where a lot of these bottle pits were basically done over by the bottle clubs. All the detecting clubs used to get out on the weekends and used to get to all these areas and clean them up for all the old collectible bottles. Rightio, well, just stopped and had a bit of a bite to eat, and as you can see, the machines are multiplying. Not really, the MANTICORE's sitting there, and to be honest, I've turned him off. Had the Elite in the car, and it's got the real small 6-inch round coil, as opposed to the MANTICORE 9-inch coil, so I just want to see little 6-inch round's going to do, and straight away, literally straight away, as soon as I walked from the car, actually the MANTICORE was about 5 metres behind me there, and I was walking over to the MANTICORE to grab the shovel. Bingo, we've got an old pendant brooch. Oh, I think it's, oh no! Oh no! Oh, it's so brittle, as you can see. I just stuck my fat finger through it. It's so fine too, like it's so delicate, like it's like paper thin. Look at that. Jeez. If I had known that, I would have been a little bit more careful. The rest of it's on the shovel. Not to worry, not to worry. So look, I'll probably just put this piece over near the car too, because if I do put it in the pouch now, especially now, it's going to break up even more. Jeez, can't take me anywhere. Rough. Leave them on the MANTICORE strap there. So awesome, 53 on the Elite. Let's see what else we can get. Well, that is a good lesson right there. I didn't actually check the Elite. He's having a sleep at the moment, standing back up. The Elite, as I was running yesterday, was out a horseshoe button there. So he was just listening from about 50 all the way up. But something just caught my eye. See that right there? Been pulled up with the tractor when he's been ploughing the rows. And comes in, geez, it's low. 10 and 11, 13, 16. God, that is low though. We'll just flatten him out. It's a bigger surface area. 11 and 13 now. But I had the horseshoe button off, or Zave had it off yesterday. Not a big deal, but look at that. He doesn't exist. He's gone, because we're technically not hearing any of that underneath the 50. So put the horseshoe button back in. That's a good lesson there. Dig those lower numbers sometimes, because otherwise you're missing out on those good targets. And well, I consider that to be a great target. The old belt buckle. There's still no coin. It's still a great find. Let's keep going. Oh, get excited everybody. We have just got a cracker signal. Look out, Elite. Little 6-inch baby hand sniper coil. Does it again. Listen to that, 87, 88. Is that not the cleanest, crispest? I thought there was another one up there. Go back to this one. Is that not the cleanest, crispest sound you've ever heard in your life? That's our coin. Mixed in with a bit of other stuff. It sounds like there's a lower signal there in front. This could be a silver. Imagine if it was. Old English. Oh, hang on. Seems rather big-ish. That's not a coin. It's certainly not silver. Why was that being so funny? Is he just all copper? Is he... I honestly thought that was a coin. 80, well, you've seen the numbers. And they were pretty solid. Well, there's our two different signals. Oh, they get you every time. The old copper pipe with a bit of gal on it and rust or something. Don't know, it's covered in dirt. But two different signals, one sounding like a coin, one not. We'll take him anyway, and we'll add him to the rest of the rubbish. Well, I'm dubbing this the poorest farm I've ever hunted, because I still have not found a coin. Oh dear, we've got a 50 on the Elite for this one, but I'm not hopeful it's a coin. Like, I don't even think I'm going to get a coin from this site at all, ever. Doesn't matter even if I ploughed the paddock up and put it all through a sieve. I just don't think there's a coin here. There's a lot of other stuff here, bricks and bottles and what have you, lead washers, but there's no coins. He was the poorest farmer in the world, I reckon, or he literally saved all his money. This is the farm where he made it big, made it rich, saved all his money, and he went around the corner and built a mansion. But I don't know of any mansions hiding around the corner. So just an interesting site though. We've got nearly everything else, as I said, but not one coin. Strange. Oh, yep, that's me. We're getting out of here. That weather's starting to pack up. And we're supposed to have hail, everything today. You can see that band coming through right now, and it's just starting to mist, and it's only going to get worse. So we're going to get out of here. First, before we do though, I'm going to show you everything I've found today, and that Elite was really good towards the end. Oh, we've got a pile there too. So that Elite was really good towards the end though. It sniffed out all the cool stuff. So just for that round though, we did a little part of a clock there, did another nice piece of glass, just found it on the surface, and I love that ornate stuff, and he would have been out of a nice bowl sitting up that way with the decoration on the outside. We've got a little buckle, you've seen him come out, the lower numbers. We've had part of the little brooch or pendant there, little locket, broke it, big fat finger straight through. Little part of a hinge or lock there, off a door, another one of those balls. Got a little rivet, all the things that sound like coins, another little rivet, and a lead washer, all the things that sound like coins once again. That, well, it didn't turn out to be coins at this site. As I said, he was the poorest farmer in the world, apart from paying his workers to drop cans around. So a couple of harmonica reeds there, really cool, and showing a bit of age and occupation to the site. We've got the old bullet, a shotgun bullet, 12 gauge, UMC code, new club, and the dust keeps them in really great condition. That's not all our stuff though, so we did another rubbish dump off in front of us here. The ground is so higgly-piggly to walk on too. It's actually really hurting my back today. There's not a bit of uneven ground there's not a bit of even ground, I should say, that you can walk on. So a couple more of those balls there. Once again, I don't know what they're off, but he's broken quite clearly. He's not. So a couple of those little balls, we'll pick all this up and put over in the pouch with the rest. The bit, what we thought was going to be our coin, it wasn't, but it's a nice one for the scrap bucket. Lid, just a bit of rubbish I picked up off the surface, would have come off the fence. This one's interesting, and, oh, excuse me, Just blow me nose, wipe me nose. It's extremely cold. JR London. Now, I don't know what he was off. He's got a patent or patent mark up there. Patent number 7321. From what I can see. I was thinking like a kid's toy wheel off a toy car, but I'm not quite sure. And he's got a little hole there. So he would have fixed on something there, and then maybe, you know, like with a little locator screw, went through to locate in place. But JR London, I'm going to look that piece up. Interesting. I've never heard of that name, JR London. The old fob watch. I didn't show him coming out. I wish I had of, but I didn't. And I think I know, speaking to a farmer there about a year ago, I think I know who originally may have owned this land. So what I'm going to do is all these pieces, I'm going to take into him and say to him, look, I went detecting there, mate. I mean, he doesn't own the land now, but that's not the point. If it was his family's land, look, some of these pieces I'm sure he'd love to see. So part of the old locket, and only one side, and nothing on it. No hinge, no photo inside, no gold sovereign. Another shotgun shell. What do we got here? Ely Keenock 12 gauge. Always love identifying them. They're always, well, there's a lot of different manufacturers and makes of the 12 gun shotgun shells. All these bits and pieces I thought were going to be a coin. Once again, harmonica reed. And I got this interesting looking conglomerate there. It doesn't sound off with a detector at all. So I dare say it's probably burnt, melted plastic or something, maybe Bakelite plastic from the old house site. That's not everything though. We've also, remember, got the bottles over here. So three little piles, and that storm's closing in. Look at it. Skies are black. So we'll go over here and we're just going to pick up our bottles. And look, no coins today, and that's okay. You know, would have loved to have hit a coin, but what spectacular bottles, especially this one here. Like, he is just, he's magnificent. He's absolutely magnificent. I could not be more chuffed about this bottle. Really cool. Looks like he's been sitting that way and the cedars ran across him. So that's probably the only dent or mark in this bottle. I think it probably adds a bit of character though. But once again, not a chip, not a scratch, not a break in it. It's got no manufacturer's maker's mark. It's a clean skin. It would have been cool to have like a little Benson or something down there, you know. But that pinched top, I just love that pinched top. So you see where the thumb and forefinger, or thumb and pointer finger would go in, and as it was hot, it would be pinched. A lot of the time too, the bottle, you know, the bottle making process, you know, and especially end of line process where it come off the line is still hot. And the tops either had to be swiped on. You know, you get your blob tops where they were swiped on whilst hot, or you get your pinch tops like that with your old ink bottles, or even your beer bottles. Not so much beer bottles because they didn't pinch the top, but it's just interesting. And when you read up on about it, you actually learn that a lot of the younger kids were employed to do so. So kids the age of, you know, Xavier, 10, 12, 13, 14, what have you, they were sort of on the end of the line and employed to do a lot of the pinching or a lot of the blob tops, you know, swipe tops on the ends of the bottles. So it would have been horrible for them, no doubt. And yeah, well, if you read up about it, as I said, a lot of the kids were responsible for doing it. So that's where you get a lot of bottles that are pretty lazily sort of made, because the kids, they didn't care, for one, and two, they were probably always tired doing it, poor buggers. Imagine being on the line all day and having to pinch bottles. That's what your job was, just pinch bottle tops all day. So no wonder they didn't all get done properly. Just fantastic though. If I, you know, if you had said to me, you're not going to get any coins today, you'll just get an old bottle, I would have come out here straight away again, because that's a fantastic little run. And no coins doesn't faze me. He is my favourite though. Just look amazing. And the fact that he was not broken, even more amazing. So I hope you've enjoyed, guys. We are getting out of here now. As I said, that storm is coming, and it's sort of going around too, but we are going to get some of that rain and hail and wind. It's coming. So we're going to get out of here. Hope you've enjoyed. I look forward to seeing you on the next.